Could there be a budding rivalry between Premier League managers? It may not be at that point yet, but Mauricio Pochettino certainly didn't take too kindly to recent comments made by his managerial counterpart at Manchester City. More Mourinho speaks ahead of big Man United-Liverpool clash. Man City boss Pep Guardiola referred to Tottenham as the Harry Kane team prior to the international break, which Pochettino saw as disrespectful, despite the former considering Spurs legitimate title contenders alongside the city's ends, Chelsea and Manchester United. Pochettino didn't hesitate to make his unhappiness known ahead of this weekend's clash against Bournemouth. It was funny when I heard him the other day because I know Pep very well. When it's exciting after an amazing victory against Chelsea, sometimes he can struggle to keep his position and be a gentleman, Pochettino said. That didn't affect me, but the reality is it was very disrespectful for many people, and it's difficult to understand because he was part of the big success at Barcelona with Messi at his best, and I never said it was the Messi team. I always said it was Barcelona or Pep Guardiola. The Spurs manager quickly turned his attention to the rest of his squad, which he feels has done a fantastic job thus far in the early going of the 201,718 Premier League season. Tottenham currently sits third in England's top flight on 14 points in 7 matches, trailing leaders Man City and Man United by 5 points. I think everyone deserves to be recognized as part of the success of the team. But I think many people took those words as very disrespectful for the club, and for many players here I think it's a strange situation. Personally I didn't take it in a bad way. It wasn't disrespectful for myself. Only I express my feeling that, for a lot of people, it wasn't necessary to say that. But I think we need to move on. For me, Harry Kane is one of the best strikers, it doesn't change anything. And it's important that our position is clear, to be calm and not be aggressive with our opponents. Our responsibility is massive, but I think it's important to respect every single opinion, and I respect his opinion. I think everyone knows how Tottenham is, how Manchester City, how is Barcelona, how Argentina is. It's a collective sport. Everyone needs to do his job. Of course sometimes it's difficult, because in the media the temptation is to be focused on some players. Follow at Madrid Football. Swans move a point behind Town. Abraham scores in each half. Town winless in 6. Tammy Abraham bagged a brace to lift Swansea City and add to Huddersfield Town's woes in a 20 win at the Liberty Stadium on Saturday. The Welsh side rises 13th with 8 points, 2 places and a point behind Town. More watch full place match replays. Leroy Fair flew into Town goalkeeper Jonas Losel for an early yellow card. Maybe that knocked Losel off kilter, because he passed the ball away to Swanson, allowing Abraham to score the opener. And when Luciano Narsing chipped Losel to allow Abraham to make it 20 early in the second half, Town was in big trouble. Rajiv Van La Parra saw his deflected effort hit the crossbar as Town tried to find a way back into the match. More latest Premier League standings. More full lineups, stats, box score. Follow at Nicolas Mendola. Antonio scores opener. Carroll gets 2 yellows in 99 seconds. Chris Wood equalizes late on. Burnley scored a late equalizer after 10 man. West Ham United looked like they'd grab all 3 points at Turf Moor. Michail Antonio gave the Hammers an early lead, but soon after Andy Carroll was sent off and Burnley eventually made their numerical advantage count as Chris Wood headed home to make it 11 with 5 minutes to go. With the point, Burnley extend their record unbeaten run to 6 Premier League games and they stay in 6th place in the table, while West Ham are 3 points off the bottom 3. More watch full place match replays. Early on, Burnley's Wood met a Stephen Ward cross with a powerful header, but it was easy for Joe Hart to save and West Ham were soon ahead. Hart's long clearance forward caught out Ben Mee and James Tarkowski, and Antonio latched onto the loose ball before rounding Nick Pope and slotting home the easiest goal you will see all season. 10 to the Hammers. Video Premier League highlights. The away side were then dealt a huge blow with less than half an hour on the clock as Carroll was sent off for 2 quick-fire yellow cards, both for aerial challenges where he used his elbow and caught Tarkowski and then Mee. Utter madness from the English striker. Burnley could have had a penalty kick soon after as Hart came rushing out and Wood got to the ball first and Hart collided with Wood as well as getting some of the ball. A lucky escape for the Hammers. More latest Premier League standings. At the start of the second half, West Ham almost grabbed a second as Javier Hernandez cross just missed by Antonio at the back post as he slid in. The Hammers continued to impress on the break with Pope denying Antonio with a fine save after a flowing West Ham move. At the other end, Stephen Defore's clipped ball found Matt Lowden in at the back post, but he failed to convert. More full lineups, stats, box score. Johan Berg Gudmundsson had a shot from outside the box which hit the post and then hit hard on the back, but it rebounded straight to the West Ham goalkeeper as it looked like West Ham would hold on. But Gudmundsson then whipped in a great cross for Wood to nod home the equalizer 5 minutes from time as the Clarets grabbed a point and denied West Ham a hard-fought victory. Follow at JPW_NBC Sports. Eriksen scores lone goal. Spurs sit third. Cherries remain 19th. Spurs made Christian Eriksen's goal stand up in a 10 win over visiting Bournemouth at Wembley Stadium on Saturday. Though Spurs finishing left much to be desired, backstop Hugo Lloris was there when needed to stymie the Cherries. The win boosts Spurs to 17 points, 5 back of Man City and 3 behind Manchester United. Bournemouth remains in the drop zone with 4 points. More watch full place match replays. Eriksen appeared to have made a very dangerous move, but a missed touch inside the 18 stopped Spurs from a chance at a 14th-minute lead. At the other end, Junior Stanislas just missed a chance when Davinson Sanchez blocked his effort. The ensuing corner missed the wild hair of Nathan Ake, and it remained scoreless. A missed challenge from Simon Francis allowed Eriksen on goal, and the Danish playmaker buried his chance. Harry Kane had the ball in the goal but turned to see a raised offside flag. Then Osmir Begovic stopped him twice at close range just after the hour mark to keep it 10. Spurs fans would be forgiven for a bit of deja vu as Spurs couldn't find their finish, and Bournemouth occasionally looked capable of a smash and grab a la Chris Wood last month. Jermaine Defoe was stopped by Hugo Lloris in the 78th minute in one example. More latest Premier League standings. More full lineups, stats, box score. Follow at Nicolas Mendola. Cabaye breaks EPFC season duck. Bakayoko levels with first place goal. Zaha nabs winner. Wilfried Zaha's return propelled Crystal Palace to their first goals and points of the season in a shocking 21 win over Chelsea at Selhurst Park on Saturday. Chelsea's been stunned for the second time this season, with Palace joined Burnley as non-traditional powers to belt the Blues. The win moves Palace 4 points back of the drop zone, while Chelsea sinks 9 points behind leaders Manchester City. More watch full place match replays. The first danger, well of course it came from Crystal Palace, as a healthy Wilfried Zaha dribbled through the box to test Thibaut Courtois with a low shot. And then, Palace scored. It only took David Luiz clearing a ball off Cabaye's knee to get past Courtois, but the Eagles will not be complaining with their 10 lead. The lead didn't last long, with Bakayoko nodding a corner kick off the ground and past Julian Speroni. Marcos Alonso's shot near the spot was deflected out for a corner, and Michy Batshuayi's header off the corner was too high for the frame. Mamadou Sakho then queued up electric return Zaha for a terrific finish just before half-time. More latest Premier League standings. More full lineups, stats, box score. Cesc Fabregas cranked the 50th minute shot off the crossbar as Chelsea mounted its second rally of the contest. Davide Zappacosta was introduced to the match when Victor Moses was injured, and helped Chelsea take control. Eden Hazard set Pedro up for a shot that Speroni saved in the 67th. Charlie Musonda made waves this week with an Instagram post regarding frustration with his playing time, then subbed into the match Saturday and almost provided an equalizer. Hazard couldn't get on the end of a terrific invitation from Zappacosta, and Palace was now 17 or so minutes from its first 3 points of the season. Follow at Nicolas Mendola.